He thought it was just another call. Another face. Another threat. But tonight, he pointed his gun at the wrong woman and changed both their lives forever. Sirens wail in the distance. A flashlight beam cuts through the dark. A gun clicks. A trembling voice says softly, "Officer, you're pointing that thing at the wrong person." Then silence. And the silence is louder than the gun. Title fades in slowly. The officer who knocked too late. Maplewood, Georgia. A quiet suburban neighborhood just outside Atlanta. Manicured lawns, pastel-colored houses, kids' bikes leaning on white fences. It's the kind of place where nothing really happens, until one night. Something does. Officer Ryan Cole sits in his patrol car outside a convenience store, sipping cold coffee from a paper cup. He's 35, lean, and carries that permanent look of a man who's seen too much but learned too little. His uniform is neat, his badge polished, but his eyes are tired. The radio crackles. Unit 47, possible break-in, 19 Maple Street. Caller says a person was seen entering through the side yard. White House, red door. Ryan groans quietly. Maple Street again, he mutters. Those people call for everything. He tosses the empty cup on the passenger seat and starts the engine. He doesn't wait for backup. He never does. As his car rolls through the quiet streets, the voice of his wife echoes in his head from earlier that morning. "Promise me you'll be home for dinner tomorrow. Evan misses you." He'd smiled, distracted, replying, "Yeah, sure, tomorrow." Now tomorrow feels like a lifetime away. The air is thick with humidity. Streetlights flicker through misty rain. Ryan drums his fingers on the steering wheel, adrenaline already pumping. In his mind, every shadow could be danger, every sound could be trouble. When he reaches the house, everything looks too peaceful. No broken windows, no open doors, just the faint glow of a porch light and the sound of soft humming. A woman's voice, somewhere near the roses. He steps out, hand on his gun. His boots crunch on the gravel. The woman looks up. She's African-American, maybe in her early 60s. Silver hair, calm eyes, floral shirt, holding a pair of pruning shears. Ryan's instincts kick in. "Ma'am, step away from the door." "Hands where I can see them." The woman freezes. "Excuse me?" "I said step away," he yells, taking a step forward. Her humming stops. She sets down the shears slowly. "My name is Evelyn Brooks. This is my house." "Sure it is," Ryan replies sharply. "We got a call about a break-in." "You match the description." Evelyn tilts her head slightly. "Description? You mean?" "What, I'm standing in my own yard holding flowers." "Don't move, ma'am." "I'll need to see some ID." She looks around, confused but calm. Inside the house. "May I go get it?" Ryan raises his gun slightly. No sudden moves. She stares at the gun, disbelief in her eyes. "You're pointing a weapon at me. On my property. Because someone called?" "Because someone reported suspicious activity," Ryan snaps. "Suspicious?" She lets out a bitter laugh. "I'm trimming roses, officer. You ever seen a criminal doing yard work?" But Ryan's training, and his prejudice, overpowers logic. He gestures for her to step back. "Ma'am, keep your hands where I can see them." She does. Her gloves are muddy, her voice steady. "Do you even know who I am?" Ryan shakes his head. "Don't care. I just need to confirm you live here." Her lips tighten. "You don't care. That's the problem, isn't it?" Rain starts to fall, soft at first, then heavier. The porch light flickers. The roses sway in the wind. Ryan's radio buzzes faintly with static, but he ignores it. Inside, Evelyn's cat meows against the window pane, watching the scene unfold. The silence stretches. It feels like the whole neighborhood is holding its breath. Then, a car door slams from across the street. A man's voice cuts through the rain. "Officer!" "What the hell are you doing?" "That's Miss Evelyn." Ryan spins around. A tall black man in his 40s runs toward him, holding a phone. "She lives there." "She's been here longer than I've been alive." "She's a retired judge, man." Ryan blinks, the words hitting him like a punch. "Judge?" Evelyn stands motionless, staring at him. Her eyes don't show fear anymore, only disappointment. "Retired Judge Evelyn Brooks," she says softly. "I served this county for 30 years. I sentenced murderers, defended the innocent, and swore to protect the same law you're now breaking." Ryan lowers his weapon. The sound of rain fills the space between them. "Ma'am, I'm sorry. It's just procedure." "Procedure?" She whispers. "You drew your weapon before you even asked my name." He opens his mouth but can't speak. The shame is already crawling up his throat. Police sirens wail in the distance. Backup, finally. Two cars pull up. Officer Maria Diaz steps out, followed by another deputy. She looks at Ryan, then at Evelyn. "Ryan, what happened?" she asks. No answer, just the sound of the rain. She sees the broken roses, the scattered shears, the muddy footprints, and she understands. "Oh my God," she mutters. "You pointed your gun at her?" Ryan's lips tremble. "I thought she matched the call. Diaz shakes her head. "You didn't even ask for ID?" Evelyn turns to her quietly. "He didn't ask anything. He just aimed." Ryan looks at his partner, desperate. "You know me, Maria. I'm not that kind of guy." She sighs. "You are tonight." The camera on Ryan's chest blinks red, recording everything. He realizes that every second of his mistake is now evidence. Evelyn steps back toward her porch. Her hands are shaking slightly, but her voice is firm. "Officer Cole," she says, "the badge you wear doesn't make you powerful. It makes you responsible." He looks at her, his face wet from rain and guilt. "I didn't mean to—" "I know," she interrupts. "None of you ever do." She opens the door, pauses, then adds quietly, "I spent 40 years defending this system. Don't make me regret believing in it." The door closes softly. Ryan stands in the yard, drenched, motionless. His gun feels heavier now, like it's filled with shame. He looks down at the crushed roses beneath his boots, the color red bleeding into the rainwater. Diaz says quietly, "You should call the chief. Before the body cam does it for you." He nods slowly, eyes blank. The camera light keeps blinking. In the background, thunder rolls. The narrator's voice fades in softly. Some mistakes fade with time. Others replay every night when you close your eyes. The rain intensifies, washing over his face, his badge, his guilt. A porch light flickers once more, then goes out. Rain kept falling long after she shut the door. Ryan stood there, frozen, drenched, the taste of regret sharp in his mouth. His body cam blinked red, recording everything. Every second of shame. Back at the precinct, nobody spoke to him. Even the walls seemed quieter that night. He placed his gun on the desk and sat there, staring at the reflection in the dark glass. That wasn't a cop he saw anymore. That was a man who had lost himself to fear, and to prejudice he never knew he carried. The next morning, the video hit the internet. Someone from the backup team had leaked the footage. Within hours, it was everywhere. Officer points gun at retired black judge in her own yard. Hashtags flooded the screen. Her Justice for Evelyn, Maplewood incident. There's the badge and the bias. Talk shows debated it. Politicians tweeted about it. The department went silent. Ryan didn't leave his house for 3 days. He turned off his phone, ignored the knocks on his door, and stared at the rain outside. Every flash of lightning reminded him of that porch light flickering against her terrified face. Then a letter came. Official suspension. Pending investigation. He drove to the station in plain clothes. No badge, no gun, no purpose. Chief Daniels looked up when he entered. "Ryan, I don't even know where to begin." Ryan's voice was quiet. "You don't need to. I know what I did." The chief sighed. "Do you?" "Because I've got the mayor calling me every hour. The department is under fire. The ACP wants a statement. And Judge Brooks? She's not pressing charges. Yet." Ryan swallowed hard. "She's not pressing charges." Daniels leaned forward. "She said, and I quote, 'I don't want another broken man. I want a changed one.'" That line hit him harder than any punishment could. 2 weeks later, a public hearing was scheduled. A panel, cameras, reporters. Ryan would face the community, and Evelyn Brooks herself. The night before the hearing, he couldn't sleep. He sat in his son's room, watching the boy's tiny chest rise and fall. Evan stirred, half asleep, and mumbled, "Dad, are you going to get your job back?" Ryan's eyes watered. "I don't know, buddy. I just want to do the right thing." His wife stood at the door, arms crossed, tears in her eyes. "You can't undo what you did, Ryan," she whispered. "But you can own it." The next morning, the hall was full. Reporters filled every seat. Cameras flashed. Evelyn Brooks entered, calm and dignified, dressed in black. Ryan stood up as she approached. Their eyes met, and for a second, time froze. When she spoke, her voice was steady, but her words cut deep. "Officer Cole," she began, "you didn't just point a weapon at me. You pointed it at decades of pain my people carry. You pointed it at trust and shattered it." Ryan didn't speak. His hands were shaking. She continued, "You saw me as a threat, not a neighbor. And that's what scares me. Because if someone like me, a judge, a woman of peace that can't feel safe, then who can? A tear slid down her cheek, but her tone stayed firm. But I'm not here to destroy you, officer. I'm here to remind you, justice isn't about punishment. It's about understanding the damage you caused and never letting it happen again. The room was silent. Even the reporters stopped typing. Ryan stood slowly. His voice cracked. I was wrong, ma'am. Completely wrong. I let fear decide for me. And the truth is, it wasn't fear of danger. It was fear of difference. I'm sorry. He turned to the panel. Whatever happens today, I'll accept it. But please, don't let this end with me. Teach the others. Teach us all. Outside, people were protesting. But when Evelyn walked out beside Ryan, the shouting softened. Reporters called her name. Judge Brooks, do you forgive him? She looked straight into the cameras.
I don't forgive the act, she said softly, but I forgive the man.
Because change doesn't start with hate. It starts with truth. She turned to Ryan. Use your guilt for good, officer. Don't hide from it. Teach others what it costs. He nodded, tears streaming down his face. 6 months later,